Luke's Points and Miles has challenged the content creators in the credit card space to post their predictions for the industry in 2024. So today we're going to talk about my 4 biggest predictions that's going to happen in 2024. Now, I'm pretty bad about guessing the future, just like everyone else is, but hopefully this will make a little bit of sense, and hopefully one of them will come true. So come this time next year, I'm able to look in the mirror and say, yes, you did it. Starting off with my first prediction, Wells Fargo will be a huge player in the credit card game. So let me explain. Back many years ago, Wells Fargo cut their credit card lineup and then made a promise that they're going to revamp everything for us. So since then, we have really only seen the Wells Fargo Autograph Card and the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. The past couple of months, Wells Fargo has been toying us that we're going to get transfer partners. It was in November. Then it got moved to December, and now it's just in 2024. So we can at least presume that Wells Fargo is going to give us credit card transfer partners in 2024. Now moving on to the bigger prediction, the Wells Fargo autograph line is going to get some new companions. So Wells Fargo has filed trademarks for 2 new credit cards. One is the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey Card, and the other one is the Wells Fargo Autograph Beyond Card. Now, both of those names sound pretty enticing. Let's start with the Journey Card, because Wells Fargo has actually come out and, according to the Points Guy, has confirmed the existence of the Journey credit card. So let's talk about what we do know about that. One, according to the Points Guy's article, which is linked down below, the earn rate is going to be at least a little bit better than the current autograph card. So maybe we can see some 4 and 5x earn rates on those cards. And then because of that, a real prediction is that it's going to have an annual fee. Because if it's going to be better than something that doesn't have an annual fee, it just kind of makes sense that the better option is going to have an annual fee. So what do I think about this card? Well, I really think Wells Fargo is going to kind of push it into the space as a mid-tier travel card to kind of compete with the Sapphire Preferred from Chase. I can see maybe some 5x earn rates on travel category, maybe a broad travel or transit option, and then maybe 4x back on dining and groceries and some other everyday categories, kind of similar to the autograph card. Now, the Wells Fargo Beyond card we know very little about other than just the trademark. My prediction for the Wells Fargo Beyond card, if it does come true, is that it's going to be a high-tier travel card, kind of to take on the Chase Sapphire Reserve line. So with that, I can maybe see some 10x categories in travel, just like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and then kind of following the similar lineup of the Journey and then the just the normal autograph as well. Still with Wells Fargo, now we know that Wells Fargo has the desire to launch some business cards. If you go to Wells Fargo's website and you go to the business section, there are cards coming soon. So how do I think that this is going to play out? So I think Wells Fargo is really trying to give us a carbon copy of the Chase lineup, just a little bit better. So I see these business cards kind of taking on the setup of the Ink lineup. And what I mean by that is I think that Wells Fargo is going to launch 3 business cards. One of those cards are going to be kind of that mid-tier travel card. We're going to get another one that's going to offer multipliers in a just business categories like the office supply stores, telecom, stuff like that. That one will have a no annual fee. And then we're going to get a third one, which is kind of going to be positioned as a catch-all card. Again, with no annual fee, maybe we'll see 1.5 to 2% back from that card. Now, what I would love for Wells Fargo to do with these new credit cards that I just created is make them all transferable, just like the Chase ecosystem. And then along with the travel partners, we should get some incredible value. And that's why I think Wells Fargo is going to be the key player in 2024. Moving on to my second prediction for 2024, American Express is going to quickly become the hated bank. Now, what do I mean by that? There's a few reasons. One of which I think that in 2024, American Express is going to push more into their banking lineup and kind of let their cards kind of fall by the wayside and not really keep up with them as much as they have been. We can already see that with all of the offers that American Express has been putting out about their checking account and savings account. They seem really happy about that. And even on the business checking account, they're offering credit card level sign-up bonuses. Myself, I got the 50,000 point offer for the business checking account. Another reason I think this, American Express has been testing out some new welcome offers. So if you haven't seen it already, American Express has been showing you a welcome offer up to a certain amount of points for X amount of spend. And you don't really know your welcome offer until you've submitted an application, which is just kind of crazy. You don't really know what you're getting, and that has made people a little upset at American Express over the past month. And then finally, we all remember the infamous Delta card update, where American Express now gatekeeps sign-up bonuses unless you go through a certain order, starting at the bottom of the credit card line and then working your way up, applying step by step. And if that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, I'll try to link a video down below that explains that a little bit further about what American Express did. But all that together, I really think that American Express is going to continue those trends at least until halfway through 2024. And that's just going to add fuel to the fire for the people that already don't like American Express and have flipped their opinions about American Express over the past few months. And then I really think that there's going to be a new swarm of people in the beginning of 2024 that American Express is going to upset, and then they're going to lose some of those customers. Now, my third prediction for 2024, and this one, to be honest, is a little bit of a dream, but US Bank will create an ecosystem for their credit cards. So for those of you that don't know, US Bank does have some really good cards. The US Bank Altitude Reserve, the Altitude Go, the Altitude Connect, and even a couple business cards like the one that I have, the Altitude Business Connect card. All of those cards earn Altitude rewards points, but with the exception of the business card transferring to the Reserve card, there is no currency or common transferability throughout their ecosystem. So what that means is that if you spend on your Altitude Go card and you get 20,000 points, you then can't take that and pool it with the, let's say, 80,000 points that you have on your Altitude Reserve card. So it's really just 20,000 points and 80,000 points and not 100,000 points. If US Bank does this, it'll be a great win for the community, and I really think it'll position US Bank to be a key player in the credit card space. Because US Bank has some fantastic cards, but because of their limited ability to earn and redeem, it's not a really good player for a really good strategy for a lot of people. So I really don't think US Bank is going to do that, but if US Bank does anything, I really hope it'll be that in 2024. My fourth and final prediction for 2024 is that Capital One is going to nerf the Venture and Venture X card. The Venture X card is a really overpowered credit card. It's been overpowered since they launched it. It's what really made it famous. And since then, they've made some tweaks to it. The biggest one, that $300 travel credit. You used to be able to use that on anything travel related, but now you can only use it toward purchases and through travel through Capital One's travel portal. Now, for the most part, that's not a really big issue if you're going to book a trip, just book part of it through the Capital One portal, but it gives you less flexibility than what you have been able to do in the past. I think Capital One did that because they realized that their card was just a little too overpowered, and I still think they have that mindset. So on the Venture X card, I could potentially see that $10,000 anniversary bonus maybe being guarded by a $10,000 minimum spend. So if you spend $10,000 or maybe even $15,000 in a calendar year, then you get those extra 10,000 points on top of that. Capital One is going to at least bring down the Venture X card and make it just a little less overpowered so that they can actually start making a good bit of money off that card. So those are my 4 biggest predictions for 2024. Some of them are a little far-fetched. Some of them I really do think are a real possibility in 2024. So far, I've seen Stan the Credit Bug respond to the Lucas Points and Miles video, so I'll link both of those down below. Please go check them out. They are definitely a real inspiration for me. And be sure to hit the subscribe button so that we can hopefully see next year where these predictions kind of ended up